We don't know anything at the moment, of course, apart from the fact that there's presumably going
It's
to
happening.
be... It's happening. Some Last of Us thing is happening. Whether or not the event will be streamed,
Broadcast.
put up later on YouTube, will simply be a trailer drop, a gameplay demo drop. Will that gameplay be what we saw at... what people saw at the GameStop managers meeting thing that we talked about a couple weeks ago? What all of it will be, but I would guess that this is probably... It has to be release date time. I swear to God, if they don't fucking put the release date, or at least the release window, that's all I want, right? If you're not going to put an official date, and you don't want to lock it down to that, small of a section of time, fair enough. But for the love of God, can we at least have some sort of range? Can I at least know, it's probably coming out, like, is it coming out at the start of the year that has been long rumored, that February date or whatever? Like, even before What's His Fuck got on his whole thing, it was a whole rumor because of Jason Schreier and stuff. So can I at least know if it's coming out start of next year, or if they put it in whatever the American season is closer? What do they have at the end of the year? Summer section, I guess. Like summer would be closer to, or spring or something like that, I guess, like towards the end of America next year. Yeah,
winter's the end of this year over there.
Yes.
So spring.
Yeah, so spring or something like that. So if they start saying like something like that, then you're like, so it's going to be closer to a PS5 launch title at that stage. You know what I mean? So if they put some sort of section of time on it, we can start kind of guesstimating what's happening. Because if they announce it's coming, winter or early next year, you're like, cool, no worries. It's probably around that February date. If they announce it's coming later next year, it'll be like, like if it's going to come out a month before the PS5, like that's a bit weird, but okay. So we can start speculating on things there. But yeah, I'm excited nonetheless, of course. So, and another weird thing that's going to be happening is because this is happening, the event's going to be happening, like I don't know, time-wise, it might work out like next Tuesday, our time, next Tuesday night or something like that, or like Wednesday early morning, you know what I mean? Which is always,
probably Wednesday early morning.
Wednesday early morning, which is of course going to make it really awkward for this show.
What a surprise!
As per always. So yeah, it's like I don't know. We'll have to see what we do about it then. Maybe I'll just come back.
Be interested also because it's so just before Outbreak Day, which is like the big the celebration of when the outbreak started in Last of Us. I guess not celebration, but
commemorate.
It's a day. Yeah. I think probably what they're going to do is going to be like gameplay demos and that kind of thing at the media event. On Outbreak Day, they'll show the proper trailer or whatever, release date, and pre-orders will be open. That's my guess.
Well, when's Outbreak? Outbreak Day's like what, a couple days later?
Collector's Edition.
Well, probably, yeah. When's Outbreak Day? Like a couple days later, isn't it?
The 26th.
Yeah, so literally a couple days later. Well, then they could just do a whole couple days of non-stop coverage. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So they can announce everything and then pre-orders open.
Yeah, a couple days later. So it's kind of like when Star Wars drops, like when they do the next trailer or something, which will presumably be on like Good Morning America or some shit like that in October or something. It'll be like when they do that and then the trailer will drop and they'll announce that tickets for sales, they always do this, tickets for sales go live like 2 days later or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess it's a similar situation to that. And then also following up on this, the Six Axis wrote this. It says, although Sony blah blah blah, they cover how the Last of Us media event will be taking place on September 24th in Los Angeles. Blah 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 blah. And it says, which brings us to the latest news, which comes from respected analyst at Nico Partners and rather witty chap on Twitter, Daniel Ahmed, responding to a post on Reset Era about Last of Us Part 2 event. He simply states, quote, "This isn't the only Sony event that week." So, here's the thing. Rumors, as always, I tend not to try to steer clear of them unless I think there's a bit of truth to it. The person saying this is someone I would trust to have, that has been right about things in the past and isn't, someone I put a bit of faith in for getting their rumors and speculation and these sorts of things right. So, if Sony's doing more than one event next week, what is another event they could announce out of left field that would actually work? Some people I've seen in the comment section and stuff being like, PS5 release. It's not that. It's not going to be a fucking PS5
Don't be
release.
crazy.
You know what it probably will be, if anything, is just another state of play.
Yeah.
That's
Probably.
the most likely of answers is if they're going to do another event with only a couple days notice. And let's pause this once again.
Yeah.
Because every time they do one of these state of plays, they always fucking announce them at like 11 p.m. on like a Monday night or something, you know?
So first thing of Monday morning in the US.
Yes. So if they're going to do it, it means next week, let's say we record this, do what we need to do. I've got it. I'm editing it. Maybe I'm uploading it by this time or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that Last of Us thing's happening in like 24 hours. And then Sony will post like, oh, and a state of play's happening like the day after that or like on the Friday or something like that. I'm like, okay, cool. But I kind of like this idea because it means, you know how everyone complains about the state of play? Oh, you know, where's the Last of Us? Every single one, people are like, where's the Last of Us? They're looking for the release date. They're looking for a Last of Us thing. If they get Last of Us out of the way in its own thing, you know, own event, then people watching the state of play can shut the fuck up, basically. Because it would be a good time for state of play because we have Concrete Genie coming up in just a couple weeks. So, and that is a game, although not obviously AAA big massive as Death Stranding, it is one of Sony's first party new IP releases, right? Smaller game, sure, whatever, but it is one of their exclusive games coming out this year. And that's coming out in a couple weeks. And it's a game that I guess the majority of people still probably don't know of or care about or anything like that. So I think that a state of play to show off that game and some other things, of course, but I think a state of play to primarily show off Concrete Genie at this stage would be something that makes sense. So that's what I would expect. A state of play, Concrete Genie being the main focus.
I don't know. I feel like the last state of play, Concrete Genie was a big focus, so I don't know if they want to do that again. Even though it is coming out pretty soon. Maybe like another story trailer or something a bit different. I would expect, again, Last of Us trailer, or just replay the same one again, would be tacked on the end just to get people interested. And then probably a lot of VR stuff, I would imagine.
Oh, can they do the VR thing
Iron
again?
Man VR.
Yeah, like I'm happy to see another VR one, you know. And I mean, we're both happy to see it as people who have PSVRs, obviously. But you know, the last one people got super annoyed about and whatever else. Like, I
mean, as long as they just bunch them all together and not like take up the entire show.
Well, if they're going to do the VR one, I think they have to start calling the State of Plays different names, like Nintendo does. Nintendo Directs different names. They need to call it State of Play, like PSVR. You know what I mean?
State of VR play.
State of VR play, yeah. Something like that. I think the moment they start, at least from the outset, being like, this is all about VR, then anyone who goes in and complains about it, you got nothing to stand on at that stage. You know, it was all, they said VR games. What did you fucking want? Oh, yeah, but they might have still showed The Last of Us. They fucking just had an event. Like, shut up.